What does that mean? Right? First of all, the president couldn't even say that. He called it herd mentality, right? That's how much of an idiot he is. But let's go forward with this. Okay, so what they are trying to do, and they've made it clear what they want to do. So the strategy is it's too hard for the president and this administration to fight this virus. So they're throwing up their hands and they're giving up. Why do I say that? They want people to get the coronavirus because the strategy that they're trying to use is called herd immunity. What does that mean? Picture like a herd of cattle, right? Herd, that kind of herd. Herd of cattle. Bunch of cattle, bunch of people. They want as many people as possible to get a certain amount of Americans to get this disease. And then they think, even though we don't know this, that we're going to build immunity to it when a lot of people get it. That's why they're encouraging people to not wear masks. That's why they want to open schools back up. They want everything open back up because they want everyone to get infected. And using this strategy, they think that by sheer force, our antibodies are going to be built up, and then people are going to naturally fight this off. Now, the vaccine, that's what he says is going to go away on its own. That's what he's talking about, right? Like a miracle. That's what he's talking about, okay? It's not a miracle, and it is gambling with the lives of Americans. It's gambling with our lives. So, at this rate, this will affect everyone, even people that don't listen to the president. Even people like that. It's going to affect them as well. So that is what this president is doing. And it's not a good look at all. So the CDC is saying one thing. President saying something else. And let's understand this. The president could never be the head of the CDC. He doesn't know what he's talking about. He can't even pronounce the words. He can't even pronounce the words. But he wants to give his opinion. Most people leave it to the specialist. But no. Not this guy. Not this guy. Yesterday, he contradicted Redfield's congressional testimony on the vaccine distribution. He knows nothing. Talking about Trump. Trump knows nothing about vaccine distribution. So if the head of the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention says something as it relates to vaccine distribution, which the president knows nothing about, he's a real estate guy. And just because he's in the office of president, that doesn't make him some type of an expert on vaccine distribution. We cannot continue to allow our lives, your lives, your kids' lives, your grandmother's life to be put in the hands of this guy. So the chief of staff and other minions of the president said that the CDC director, Robert Redfield, is not among those closest to the process of planning for vaccine development and distribution. So the chief of staff thinks he's closer to things than the director of the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention. It's crazy. It's crazy. So the chief of staff says he's not sure where Dr. Redfield got his particular timetable. This is what they do. But the minions continue, and other followers of the president online think that this makes sense. They think that this is a good idea. following the president who knows nothing about this. So, but all of the president's favorite flunkies jumped on this. Kevin McCarthy, House Minority Leader, said that he'd take the word of Trump over Redfield. He'd take the word of this reality star over the director of the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention. What kind of spineless piece of crap is Kevin McCarthy? And he has a family, right? Like, you're an idiot. California, please do the Lord's work. The situation is just the most recent example of Trump undercutting public health professionals. Now, you talk about Joe Biden undermining vaccines. These actions, this president undercutting the CDC, these are the type of things that make people question and not want to follow. When the vaccine does come, the fact that you've undermined the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, it's this type of action that make people think twice about taking stuff, right? We already know that the system is flawed, right? It's even more flawed under Trump. Normally, you probably didn't know this, people. Normally, they'll bring something to market that's only 75% effective. Under the Trump administration, the vaccine efficacy is going to be 50%. So if it's 50% effective, they're going to bring it to market. 50%. 50, that's like heads or tails. That's like, maybe it'll work, maybe it won't. So yesterday, Dr. Redfield said that masks were even more effective than the vaccine, which is true. But of course, Trump doesn't want you to know that because he wants people to get the virus because of this herd immunity crap, or as the president says, herd mentality. Such an idiot. It is the weakness of this administration, the weakness and sheer stupidity of thinking that pretending that a pandemic does not exist and letting it run wild among the American people is going to make him more popular. He thinks that. He thinks that that's a better thing to do than attacking this virus directly and trying to solve it. It is mind-boggling that a grown man who the American people have entrusted with their very lives behaves like this. But that's where we are. That is where we are. Imagine if Trump spent as much time trying to do a good job as he does saying and claiming that he's doing a good job. Masks are more effective. This is an airborne virus. Airborne. Right? So let's look at it like this. Let's look at it like a sexually transmitted disease. Okay? So let's say you have a sexually transmitted disease that there's no cure for, right? And people are saying we need a vaccine for this sexually transmitted disease, right? So people are trying to work on this on a vaccine for this sexually transmitted disease, right? And doctors are saying, look, we're working on this sexually transmitted disease vaccine. However, the main thing that you can do to protect yourself is to wear a condom, right? Cover the organ that you insert into the woman, and this is going to protect you and the woman. This condom, aka the mask. And yeah, so people say, no, don't wear the condom. Let's wait for the vaccine. Better yet, we don't even need a vaccine. This sexually transmitted disease is going to go away on its own like magic. No, it's not. But people, Trump supporters, can't seem to understand the concept that a mask, aka a condom, is going to protect you from the virus. So it is a sexually transmitted disease. You put a cover over the sexual organ and it will protect you. 99%, right? So that's the same concept. It's an airborne virus. We're covering our mouth with something, right? That goes around your mouth. So you're covering your mouth, right? You're covering your mouth. You're preventing yourself from breathing in the, droplets and pushing them out. Now, is this going to cure the virus? No, but it's going to slow the spread. It's going to slow the spread. Why doesn't that make sense? Because you have this guy in the White House that is saying things that violate all logic. Scientists, doctors are saying otherwise, aside from the ones that are under Trump's heel and hanging from his bootstraps and licking his jock strap. Those are the only people that can't seem to process basic information. Those are the people that are listening to this idiot. And he is an idiot. He is an idiot, right? He asked about President Obama's grades, which were stellar. He asked about his birth certificate. Where's his grades? Oh, he don't want to show him. You know why? Because he's an idiot. If Trump's grades were good, he would be showing it everywhere. All of his flunkies would be passing out copies of his report card if it was good, but it's not good. It's crappy. And the test that he did do good on, right? You know how he acts. The test that he did good on, according to him, the dementia test, he talked about that for weeks and weeks, right? If Trump's grades were good, he would be talking about it. He would be showing it. All MAGA supporters would make Trump's report card their default background avatars on social media because he would be showing it so much. You never see it, and it has been buried because it's not good, meaning he's not smart. As you can see, I'm in one of those moods today. You just tuned in. It's the Diamond K Show, of course. RadioFire.com, the DiamondKShow.com. We are counting down the time when we have elections. We're counting down the time, and that's going to be a whole fiasco. I don't even know how that's going to go, but we are going to be doing election coverage. We're going to be having guests talking about the election. We're going to be streaming all night, but it's going to be election week, really, and we are creeping up on that time. Take a quick break. Come back with more of the program after this.